everyone, and welcome back to another video of mine. And today, I will be showing you a review, statistics, and comparison, as well as just a little bit of gameplay, of the Object 777 version 2. This is a new Tier 9 heavy tank from the Frontline Expedition thing. You can get two out of these three vehicles shown here on the screen. You can either get the AE Phase 1, the Char Futur, or the Object 777 version 2. So I decided for my first tank, because you can only get two, is the Object 777, because it looked like the right tank for me, because I like it. Now, this tank apparently is a premium tank, as you can see down there, and it does include a free standard large repair kit, so you don't have to buy it. It's free, so that's good. And I got mine today. As of recording, today is the first day of Frontline, and I decided to grind up for the whole day and get a video out on this. So let's get started with the comparison. So I will be comparing the Object 7772 to the Object 257 and the T10. So when the Object 257 and the T10 are fully maxed out, all of them have the same alpha of 440 on their 122mm main armaments. So the T10 and the Object 7772 have 258 in penetration on their standard rounds. So as you can see, they have Object 257 has 10 left on its armor piercing rounds. Now the rate of fire, the Object 7772 again has the highest rate of fire of 5.12 rounds a second, and the T10 just behind at 5.9, and the Object 257 at 4.81, so it's not looking that good for the 257. So on to traverse speed. The 7772 is winning this one just by a hair. It's really not even noticeable, and it's also going to be beating the other two in gun depression and elevation at -6 and +18, and the other two tanks are at -5 and 15 up. So, aiming time, the 257 and the T10 are also have slow aiming time of 2.6 and 2.78. So the 7772 also will be winning this round. It has 2.47 aim time, and that's really good compared to these other ones. So let's move on. Alright, so now we're at a dispersion of 100 meters, and the T10 will win this one, as it has 0.36, and the 257 has 0.38, and the 777 has 0.39. So you might not be pulling some long range shots. So on to damage per minute. Again, 7772 will be winning. Just by a little bit, though. Barely over the T10. And 100 more than the 257. The Object 257 actually has 50 more hit points than the 7772, and 100 more than the T10. So 772, you get second place, but it's not last. The Object 7772 has 132 millimeters of hull armor at the front, 115 on the sides, and 45 on the back, which is the hull armor. The frontal hull armor is a little bit better than the Object 257, but the Object 257 has the most armor all around at 130, 130, and 70. So if you want hull armor, get the 257. Now for turret armor, the Object 7772 has 258 millimeters of frontal turret armor, 225 of side turret armor, and 90 in the rear. So that's a 92 difference in frontal hull armor compared to the 257, 15 to the side hull armor of the side turret armor of the 257, and 10 to the rear turret armor of the 257. And the T10, it's relatively similar. Besides turret or turret armor, it's relatively similar, just barely a little bit thicker on the 7772. Alright, let's move on to the mobility. The Object 7772 weighs 50 tons without anything on it. It can weigh up to 50.5 tons, or 53.5 tons. And the 257 can weigh up to, it weighs 55 tons and can weigh up to 60 tons. And the T10 weighs 50.85 tons and can weigh up to 58.9 tons. So, all of these tanks, they can be a bit heavy, but might not be getting the best ground resistances out of the 257. You will definitely be getting better ground resistances out of the T10 and the Object 772. Both the Object 7772 and the T10 have the same amount of horsepower, and the Object 257 has the most horsepower at 850. So, the Object 7772 has 14.85 horsepower a ton, and the Object 257 has 15.45 a ton, or horsepower per ton, and the T10 has 14.75 horsepower per ton. So the Object 7772, it's in the middle, you know, it's still second place. So the T10 and the Object 257 go 10 kilometers an hour faster than the Object 7772. They all go 15 in reverse. So, let's move on to hull traverse speed. 7772 can move 29.87 degrees a second, and the Object 257 can move 41.72 a second, and the T10 can move 33.38 degrees a second from the hull. And that's mostly because the T10 and the Object 772, they are non-neutral steering, and the 257 is. The Object 7772, with its low profile, definitely has the best concealment rate out of any of these vehicles, on the move and while holding still. The view range of the Object 7772 is 388 meters, and it's less than the Object 257 at 390 and the T10 at 400. Let's move into some gameplay. Alright, hello. So we are in our first game in the Object 7772. We seem to be the only Object 7772 in this game, but we do have great matchmaking, as we are top tier and there's tier 7s, so that should definitely help us out. And we can see the mobility of this vehicle. It's definitely making us faster than things like a Carnarvon and a T29, even though they just rammed each other. So for my goal is I'm gonna try to go up to the sort of like hill up here. Not up there, down there. I'm gonna go to the hill up there. And just try to make use of my 6 degrees of gun depression, which most Russian heavy tanks don't have, and try to work the ridgeline, hopefully, and use my strong turret armor to make them ricochet off of me. And by the way, I also forgot to say, this tank's weakness, lower glacis. If it can't get hull down, you'll go through. It's as simple as that. This tank's lower glacis is pretty much butter, and it will allow you to easily go through this vehicle. So I haven't seen any enemies yet, and I'm trying to get into position here and try to see if I can spot them, and I haven't. So I'm gonna try to sneak up behind them and try to start shooting either that Conquer or the AMX M451 in the back. Or just whatever I can shoot. Okay, I'm gonna put a round into the standard V finishing him because he's a tier 9 tank, and we don't need tier 9s running around. I'll put one into the Jagdpanther, causing him some damage. And now, uh-oh, EBR. Let's see if a DTP came with me. I'm gonna auto aim into him, put the round into him. He just bounced off of me. Okay. He's dead. And this gun depression on the tank just makes you feel a lot more flexible than other tanks. So I'm gonna try to use my turret armor here against these enemy heavies. Using that free large repair kit allows me to not worry about spending so much credit in battle. Oh, and you might be asking that, is this machine gun on the top of the tank a hitbox? I haven't been hit in it yet, so I believe it is not. And looking at some like tanks GG stuff, it doesn't seem to be a hitbox as far as I know of. If it is, let me know in the comments below, and if I find out before anybody tells me in the comments, I'll just put a correction in there. But right now I'm trying to hit the colas of these enemy heavy tanks, and hopefully this 50 TP will get in there and do some damage. Uh-oh. Right, enemy light flanked up behind us. Try to put him. Oh, I think it's in the back to the garage. I'll put one into the Conqueror, and the Conqueror hit me. So I'm really hoping that this 50 TP will help me out. Again, this is like my third game in this tank, so I'm not really that good at it yet. But this tank is definitely really good hold down. So if you can get into a on like a map Stazuki, Stazanki, I don't know how to say it, but you can get some really nice hold down positions there, and this tank's low profile makes it really easy to get hold down. So we're gonna win this game. I've done 2,627 damage so far. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do any more. Alright, so if anybody is wondering, in that game I earned 11,507 experience. That's with a ×3 booster applied. Now for my detailed report, I ended up making around 28,000 credits, so that's good. But that is with premium. Without it, I would have made 7,963 credits. The Object 7772. Do I like it? Yes, I like it. Do I think that I should probably make another video when I actually know how to play this tank a bit better? Yes, I probably should. But I'm just saying that if you can get this tank hull down from like this line right here, you shouldn't have any problems with people penetrating you. Because if it's at extreme angles, there's no way that enemies will penetrate you if you're hull down. In one of the games I played, I had a 60 TP just stand in front of me, and he couldn't do anything to me because his gun, even with his heat rounds, couldn't even penetrate my armor. I think this is a nice inclusion to the Soviet tech tree or not tech tree, but Soviet heavy tanks. And I believe that Wargaming did a good job. It's well balanced. It's great for people who want to be a sort of fast heavy tank. You know, not the slowest. And it's at tier 9. Has the free large repair kit, so that might be saving you some credits next time. All right. Well, thank you for watching.